I was an artist before I was a monk. I was an artist while I was a monk, and I'm an artist, since I stopped being a monk. It's what I know best. I do feel that being creative has enhanced my practice. I think sometimes it's been a distraction as well. I could be sitting in the temple, I'm supposed to be meditating, but my eyes are going around looking at the decoration and how's that done? I'm kind of always looking, I'm always studying, I'm never still, All right, so what I'm doing here is I've been asked to design a seal, a personal seal in a chop, I think they call it in Chinese, for Karla Rinpoche. So I've done some examples here. Here is written Kalu in Tibetan. So what I've done is that I'm working this into a seal design. This is what I've decided to do. Something quite strong, but suitably rounded at the edges so it's not too harsh. And I'm just mapping in the straight lines before I will ink in the whole thing. When I was a monk, one of the jobs I had was to work copying ancient texts page by page, and the standard of the calligraphy had to be good from the very beginning to the very end of the text. And sometimes the texts would take a year to complete. And I noticed that if I had any emotion inside, this would reflect in the writing. Because of this, it measured my state of mind, my emotion. And these days, when I'm executing large pieces of calligraphy, you need the same sort of clear mind, no distraction. People want a quick fix and be able to do something straight away, but it takes time and it takes commitment to get something valuable. People are scared of commitment, and there's a general misunderstanding of committing to something, that it's like chaining you to something, but actually it's commitment that gives you freedom. It's knowing something inside out that allows you to be more relaxed and to be more free. The classic example is like trying to sew with a two-pointed needle. It doesn't go through the cloth. You know what I mean? You have to be one-pointed about something. Sanskrit and Tibetan are considered sacred languages, and the forms of the letters weren't just made up. They were created from enlightened beings, enlightened minds. Not only hearing a mantra, by seeing a mantra, a sacred word, is another contact point, another opportunity for us unenlightened people to be in touch with what is ultimate, which is sacred. With my artwork, I don't want to be too obviously, preaching a Buddhist thing. I don't want that. I don't believe it's good to preach, but for sure it does give a window and an opportunity for people to see something else. It is based on Buddhist philosophy, so it's Buddhist philosophical art rather than religious art, spiritual art, humanistic art, because it's addressing us as human beings. And I think artists and musicians, they have a responsibility to lift people, humanity up, cheer people up, to give more insight. Yeah, I think that's our responsibility really as an artist. There's a short prayer there to Guru Tara. So you're asking Tara to protect you from fears. There's the first one. Precious human life. Milurinchen. So this is the seed of life, and it's growing upwards. It's aspiring upwards to what's more ultimate. Life is very precious, very hard to get, and very easy to lose. This in Tibetan, mitakpa, means impermanence. You know, everything changes all the time. And if you look very, very carefully, the bases of the letters are in decay. They're actually little dancing skeletons. And then, like everything that's impermanent, you know, even my seal is snapped in half. This says karma, and then piled above the word karma, it looks like a bit like a brain, you know, but it's a big heap of everything. Here says cause and effect. So there's a big heap of cause and effect, a big heap of karma piled on karma. Probably recognisable to those who are familiar with the wheel of life, and it's the image that goes in the very centre of the wheel of life. This here means, you know, samsara basically, you know, cyclic existence. This portrays one's ego. First is delusion, which is signified by the hog. Secondly is greed and attachment, signified by the cockerel. And thirdly is hate and aversion, which is signified by the sneaky snake. Each of these aspects of ego seem to be feeding on each other. I can never just say, oh, that's it, I finished now. I want to learn all the time and keep going and keep learning, and it will just keep improving. I hope so. I think I'd like to see it to go more simple, simplistic, you could say, more pure and simple, where I won't need all these props of decoration and fancy this and that. You know, it's just pure calligraphy where, you know, it touches something. You know, I'd like to get to that point, but I mean, that's, you know, you're lucky if you get that as an 80-year-old master of calligraphy, you know, or older. It's been my pleasure. Thank you.